Oh my God.
Oh my God.
The biggest RC that's ever been on this channel is here. Wait a second. Does Traxxas still call this a 1/10 scale? Or did they ever? I thought they did. I don't know. Ah, yes. That is a 1/8. So technically this is still the biggest. And it's a MJX, baby. Yep, MJX 7304, officially licensed by Volkswagen. Polo WRC rally car. This box is so big, this space can't even handle it, man. I'm used to all these small scale RCs. Me excited is definitely an understatement. Now, I'm not gonna get too crazy with the unboxing of this thing because there's plenty of videos like that out there. But yeah, 7th scale rally car. And just like me during the holidays, this thing is friggin' huge. For a visual, I do have the 10th scale version of this car because I'm trying to collect them all. There we go. So if you're stuck choosing between the two, here's a visual difference of them. If you want to get more info on all these rally cars you see here, check out bestbuyboxes.com. A couple things you get this rally car. First off, you get the manual. Pretty good manual of diagrams, part numbers. They do have some QR codes right here, so you can download the Angry Snail app and mess around with all the settings in the ESC. Also, they provide you with all the weights they use for the shocks and whatnot. I really like how detailed this thing is. Then they provide you with a bunch of tools. You got your 17mm for the wheel nuts, whole bunch of Allens, another wheel nut wrench for other nuts, and a Phillips screwdriver for the transmitter. Then you get a nice set of second tires. I really like these. They are rally blocks for off-roading, so snow, sand, dirt, whatever, grass. These are the ones you want to run. Last but not least, we got that really nice new MJX transmitter. I really like these transmitters. They feel really good in my hand. They have a nice cushion wheel. For switches and doodads, we got the LED button, reverse switches, throttle trims, steering trims, and a dual rates, and that on and off button. Ooh. So since it's wicked cold outside, I decided to ditch these wheels right here, these road wheels, and go straight for the rally blocks. And man, this thing is looking pretty sweet. Happy to report that the back of these wheel nuts are serrated, so it'll keep them nice and tight on there. I also thought about getting some black armor ones, or maybe some red ones. Those would be really nice. But yeah, check out the body next. You can see up front, those headlights are like super detailed. I really like how they look. Overall, the car looks so much more realistic than like the 10 scale version. You have this really nice plastic trim around all the windows. And one of these things fly off if you crash hard enough. Then you have that nice huge wing. rallytheworld.com. I wish they did something with this little exhaust portion right here like they do with the Rarlos, but that's no biggie. Going through the rest of the car, we can see this thing has a nice metal chassis, hex hardware. We have some adjustment points for the battery tray right here, which is really nice. You can see that it says officially licensed right there. That is pretty cool. To take the body off, you just gotta undo this latch right here. And then the sides are held on by the magnet, so you don't have to really worry about those. You just kind of lift the body up like this. It comes right off. You do have to watch out for the harness though. They do have enough slack so you don't rip it off. Now the body is a little thin on the sides, but in the front and rear, where it matters, it's super thick. The cable management is really nice and clean, but some of the tape is coming off, so I'm going to be putting some Gorilla Tape in place of it. Quick overview of the chassis. You have a nice triangular brace setup, so you have an upper shock tower to shock tower brace, then the bottom ones connect to the chassis. Then we have a nice center diff in the center. This battery tray is really nice. You can adjust it for your battery size with those screws I showed earlier. Huge metal oil-filled adjustable shocks. Sway bars front and rear. Camber is adjustable in the rear. Toe and camber is adjustable in the front. Axles are CVD front and rear. This does have droop screws, I believe. Yep, they are right there. You can see that blue Loctite. For electronics, we have a nice 35 kilogram servo. Then we have our gyro right there. Underneath the gyro, the receiver is encased in its own little box. 120 amp ESC 4S. And you can adjust everything, like I said before, on the Angry Snail app. So you can do like your punch, your brake force, and whatnot. And then we have a 3974 2500 kV brushless motor. This system is censored. You can see the sensor right there. So this thing will have great takeoff, great throttle response. If you upgrade the pinion, you're not going to have any cogging. And you can also see this thing has plenty of fans to keep this thing cool. Is awesome. Friggin' tree's barely holding on. Oh man, this thing's so good. So much control, even with one hand. Yeah. Oh man. Woo! Just giving this thing a quick grippy doo-dah, and I gotta say, so far, this thing has been giving me the best rally car experience I've had. It has so much grip out here. People complain that it's not too fast, but you don't really need speed in the rally car. If it's too fast, it just wouldn't handle right, especially in off-road conditions. But wow, this thing's doing really good out here. So much grip, so much control. It's nice to have a rally car, but you can just take out the box, throw a battery in, and it's all set, ready to boogie. And I can confidently say that this thing is worth every dime. So if you're looking for a rally car, man, look no further, because this thing is awesome. Alrighty, so we just had to swap locations because I forgot my other packs have different connectors than this does. This has a XT60, and my other packs have EC5 and XT90. So I forgot the adapters, and I figured if I'm gonna go home, I might as well just swap over the tires, clean this thing up so we can do a speed run. So we're gonna do a speed run on a regular 4S LiPo battery, and then we're gonna swap over to a Graphine and see if we can get any more speed out of this thing. So let's see what it can do. So this thing has been great, but I did have one issue with this thing. So when I brought it home, I couldn't get the body off. The rear latch was filled with sand and little rocks and stuff, and I couldn't get it to unlatch. So I had to bang on the body a little bit, and then to finally let go. So other than that, this thing has been awesome. I really like that the power switch is right here too. That is nice. Got some rocks stuck in my headlight. I have to take off the headlight and take it apart to get them out. Poor tree has been hanging on for dear life when we were off-roading. Let's see if it holds on the speed runs. Track start. We'll see how this thing does as a road car. Oh, it's pretty grippy so far, so that's good. I figured the road tires wouldn't have grip because it's so cold out. It's like 20 degrees. Friggin' tree's barely holding on. All right, let's give it a nice pin pass. Fully pinned there. Bring it back. I noticed the turning radius is a little wide. Let's see. Yeah, the steering dual rate is turned all the way up. And yeah, it just goes a little wide, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. All right, let's pin it. Oh, oh man, I like this thing. Let's just see what it did. All right, stop read, 32 miles an hour. I figured it would do 35, but it is really cold out. I'll take 32 all day long. Let's just see how it drifts. Nice. Yeah, plenty of grip. You kind of have to jab on the brake to slide it. Oh, there we go. Nice. Oh, man. What a good rally car. Oh. Oh, it's so good. I can see why everybody loves these things. Yes. All right, let's bring it back and see what it does on a graphene battery. Oh, man. I gotta say, I really like this thing. Tires are holding up semi-well. Battery straps could be a little bit longer, but this is a big CNHL pack. Yeah, this is a 6600, so it's a little tall. I'm sure the MJX batteries fit in this perfectly. Let's just see if this Turnigy Graphene fits in here. This is a 5000 pack. It just barely made it. I had to squeeze it in just a little bit, but I didn't have to move the battery tray around, which is good. But yeah, it's in there good. We'll probably get 35 out of it. And I'm sure the tree is not helping us. Oh yeah, definitely a lot faster. Oh, we hit the curb. Oh, we hit the curb again, and our tree is dangling. Oh man. Looks like the tree broke off. Forgot we're doing a speed run. Poor tree. Thing's booking it. Hit the curb because I'm not used to the turning radius. All right, let's give it one nice pin pass from one end to the other. All right, fully pinned. Bring it back. Oh yeah. Dude, I love how this thing turns. That gyro is putting in work. The response is so good. See what it did. Put this tree back in the car. Stop, read. 35 miles an hour. I was hoping for 37, but I'll take 35. And like I said, it's really cold out. This thing doesn't need a whole lot of speed to have fun, that is for sure. I'll take 35 all day long, as long as it drives just like this. Well, damn, I was having so much fun, I crashed. Everything still looks good, though. What happened was I didn't latch the rear of the body because it's kind of jammed up from the sand, and I was just using the magnets to hold the body on. But it is all good now. I should probably latch it, though. Yeah, it looks like it's nice and free now, kinda. There we go. Carry on. Oh man, I probably should not be doing that. Let's try and get a good jump. And I broke it. Poor rally car. I knew that was a bad idea. It's like 22 degrees out. And I was like, man, I really shouldn't jump this thing because the plastics are probably frozen. And sure enough, I snapped the control arm. Whoops. Man, I am such an idiot. Guess I'll just do the walk of shame home. Yep. Man, I gotta say, this is why I cannot have nice things. Move over, tree.